Oh, wait, going to take a look at the previous match versus Sporting Delaware. Going to try and be a little bit more consistent every couple of weeks, getting some clips out to you guys. It was a fair result. You guys had a lot of chances, but there's some concerning items that the staff as we discussed, we want to take a look at, address, and make sure that you guys are learning about these moments, so that as we continue to play league matches, we're ready to go, and we have a better understanding. Mistakes are mistakes and they happen, but we as we see patterns occurring, we want to make sure that we're addressing them with you guys. So first piece is just defending scenarios. Of course, this is a jailbreak for us where we're 3v4 and we want to try and find someone that's open. We do. Can we get a strike out of that? But what becomes concerning here is, the gap between, our four midfielders and our back line is tremendous. Not saying that all of you have to be up here, but we certainly want you guys to, if we're going to dominate possession in an opponent's half, we don't want to let them out too easily. And you can still see now, even though KK is getting on the ball here, there's still a huge gap. There's going to be a 1v1 scenario here. So, Katie, it's important that you are starting to drop back and creating a numbers up situation so that our center backs aren't in 1v1 situations. And that's kind of a theme of what happened in this match. A lot of times, because we're good at possession and we get forward, we start to send too many numbers forward, and we're leaving our back line in even numbered situations, which even with a very good back line, if you give someone four chances, they might score one of them. So it's very, very important that we take care of the ball. We're still way too spread out. You can see again the center backs are still a little too far away from covering, leaving everyone on side. And now it creates this 2v2 situation. And so Maya initially handles it, but you can see, do we look like a back four, or do we look like, some other shape, which I can't name right now, a weird looking rectangle, and we're defending, at sixes and eights as opposed to being, a clean defensive line. Ended it, no problem. But again, like I said, you'll start to see a pattern right there. There needs to be a challenge on the ball. It's crucial that we have the challenge on the ball. It almost looks like we're too far over as a group and we're not balanced out in terms of our back four. Midfield is doing a really good job of creating density in this area right here, but we can probably spread our back line out a little bit because we're just allowing this diagonal to happen, where she runs offside. But if this player right here plays it earlier to her, they might have a chance. So again, as the ball is still not under control, think about where our back four is at this stage. So again, as Zoe starts to shift out, it's going to be very important that the other four midfielders are making angled runs back to be able to help. Again, are we in a 2v2 situation? Where was the ball? Here. Where was our left back? Here. So can we get ourselves connected here and make sure we're in a 3v2 as opposed to a 2v2? And as we have a little bit of miscommunication there, are we out far enough? Do we end it? Yes, but again, that's the second time that's happened. This is just a hopeful ball for them in behind, but we're not able to end it here. So I don't think there's any problem with KK being here, but this is concerning. That she's that wide open on the back post. Again, look at where the ball starts. Sorry, go back one more. At her foot, she serves the ball in. Who's challenging the ball? Who's dropping in and covering? Where is our left back in that scenario? She stepped up. Okay, so where is our six? Where are our other midfielders to be able to help out? Immediately on this challenge there, we've got to get back and cover. Still not sure what's happening. Maybe go to ground, maybe keep your feet and challenge, but having a player that free on the back post is a little bit of a concern for us, a big concern, I should say. No pressure on the ball. Could be a long ball potentially. Can we get tighter to her and apply that pressure there, Zoe? If we didn't, it's okay. It happened. But now we're in a situation where center back, right back, not bad that we're 2v1, but it does look a little unorganized in terms of how we're stepping on that long ball there. It's an unfortunate little bounce. Can we pass back right away or clear the danger out of bounds? But that's, again, if you think about that, that's Katie, our left back, who's ending the play on the right side of the field. So again, a discipline to have everybody together in a good shape. You know, the correct midfield players applying pressure on the ball from an opponent, the back four being organized and shifting together as a unit, are all very important keys. So we're still on transition to defend, but just got to start to look at our attack and how narrow we are, especially as we play against teams that may have, you know, a block of 8 or a block of 7 defending us. You know, everything we're trying to do there is super narrow, and we get the ball back, and we're still trying to go through the middle, which we appreciate trying to pass the ball to each other. We get the ball wide, and then instead of continuing to go wide, we continue to go through the middle where all their numbers are. So it's just recognizing that scenario, because now the counter, again, 2v2, ball was on Katie here. Back up a little bit. As Katie gets the ball there as an outside back, we've got to start to think about maybe not all the way back, but at least a little bit of a half and half. Or is Stevens going to be the one to drop there? But she was involved in the attack. So again, a 2v2 situation, covering, trying to get to the ball, and it's excess defending that we really don't need to do there. Again, as we see this narrow attack, start up again. As we get the ball in, look at where all of our players are and look at where all of their players are. So everybody is within the width of the 18. And again, if you're going to try and go through a team that has 6, 7, 8 players blocking the middle of the field, we've got to start to think to go around them. Again, you can see it. You know, there has to be a commitment from either outside backs or a wide midfielder or even a forward of taking the player out wide. And you can see Katie does this a little bit. Watch again as the ball travels. Look at these players and how they're look at these players and how they travel that way there. You can see them traveling, traveling, traveling. Can we get some width out here? Force them to come out and free up some space in the middle for a potential service. Right back into the middle again. All the players on this field, on this half of the field, are all in the middle. Again, still a little concerned about where our center backs are, but very important that if we don't have a spread out attack, then when we lose possession of the ball, it's just a quick jailbreak for them into potential 2v2. Okay, we got the ball out wide and we're going right back into the middle, and it's predictable for us. And now there's a little bit of a 2v2. Again, back to this same pattern that we're putting ourselves in right there. Again, we handle it, but at this scenario here, we have a little bit of an issue, but we shouldn't be 2v2 in the first place. Our backs were really far back. Our midfielders are now really far away from that transition to defend. And as you can see, we're a little late to get back, and that 2v2 causes, after 3 or 4 chances they have, they're able to score a goal on it. Again, looking at the narrow attack, can we play the ball out wide into this area? Not a bad little effort to play through. It was offside, but you know that, and not bad for a midfielder to go forward, but I know we can do a lot better. Narrow attack. Can we play out? Can we get wide? And can we play and get around them and spread them out a little bit more? Look at where they're standing, look at where we're standing. So, again, not to beat a dead horse or anything, but just want to make sure we're all on the same page that if we think we're going to, score on teams often, in the run of play with not, getting quality passes and services, it's going to be long games for us if we don't start to spread the field out a little bit more. Long throw in. This is one touch. Can we be tight on our marks as they start to run in? Tight, tight, tight. So can we get on the correct side of her there so that she doesn't get free to the ball? Simple thing there. Are we ending this soon enough? And I think we've all seen this one already. Can we get a tug on a jersey? Can we get the ball here and create potentially a tactical foul scenario where we're slowing her down? Can we work our way back much quicker now that we've got her outside? Can we close her and paint her against the sideline and maybe get something or get a challenge on here? Again, we still 4v2, sorry, 5v2, and we want to make sure, yes, she's fast, but we could have ended the scenario well ahead of time. And just unfortunate bounce there for us. So, again, not things that are unfixable or unmanageable, but it's something that as we see patterns occur, we want to make sure that we don't create habits that, become consistent habits. We want to make sure that we take a look at them, fix them, and then move on and compete another day. So hope that's helpful. Don't hesitate to get in touch with any questions, and we'll see you soon.